Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo. And the other day I was at a fall party and they had all these decorations laying out on the tables. And when they went to clean up, they started just throwing them in the trash. And I thought, well, you know what? I bet I could do something with those. And so I brought them home and I did do something with them, and today I'm going to show you how I did it. So they're little confettis in fall shapes. I made a pair of earrings. These are very light. But what I need to do, I picked out some of the shapes. We have pumpkins, we have acorns. I already did acorn. I don't think I'm going to do a pumpkin. I think I'm going to do leaves. I could do these leaves. Do these. I could do a mismatched pair. I don't think I'm gonna, well, let me see. I'm not gonna do that leaf. I'm thinking about maybe doing either gold or these. Let me go gather up my supplies and then we can start creating. So I have my two leaves. We're gonna use gold. I have gold ear wires. And I think for the bead, I'm going to use these green. I think they'll pop really nicely against that gold. I've got flush cutters, flat nose pliers, round nose pliers. And the wire I'm using is this aluminum craft wire, and it is very soft, and it is a 20 gauge wire. And I'm actually going to start out by working right on the spool. I'm not going to cut anything off. I'm going to put my bead on there. One thing I forgot, we do need to make a hole. So I'm using a bead reamer to do this. And you want to make sure you're really careful where you do this. You don't want to poke a hole in anything you don't want a hole poked into, because that's probably going to happen. So I'm going to move this aside. You need to kind of gauge where you want that. I want it about right there. Did it go through? I don't think it went through. Usually you can hear it go clunk. You want to be careful that you don't poke yourself either. It has gone through, but not as far as I want it to go through. There we go. And I'm going to go back on the other side and stick it from the other side here. All right, there's one hole. There we go. These things are tougher than you think. All right, so once we got our hole poked in, we have our bead on the wire. You're going to take your round nose pliers, and I'm going to make a pretty good size loop here because I want this to dangle really well. You can make a small loop and then maybe use a jump ring, but I'm not using a jump ring. So I'm going to go down onto my pliers at the widest part. And I'm just gonna start my loop. See how big it is? And then I'm gonna put my leaf on there. There we go. Just wrap that around a couple times. You could do it messy, you could do it neat, however you want it. I usually like to do them messy, especially when I'm working on something like this, because it reminds me of a vine. And then I'm just going to take my flat nose pliers and tuck that wire in. Okay, then I bring down my bead. And once you get this made, you're going to have to kind of tweak things a little bit. And I'm going to wrap another loop, but this loop's going to be smaller. So I'm going to come down more at the point of my pliers. And I'm going to wrap. You can wrap as many times as you want. Probably just going to go twice or once around there rather. Clip that off, move that over. And again, take your flat nose pliers and tuck that end in. But you want to be careful that you don't get on top of your bead because you don't want to crack your bead. There you go. Adjust your hoop. And you want your hoop to be turned this way since the hoop on your ear wire is turned that way. Because if they're both turned the same way, it wouldn't work. But that's going to hang nicely. So you just open up your hoop on your ear wire. You want to make sure you're putting your leaf facing the right way, however which way you want it. I want it that way. Close her up. Make sure she's closed. And we have an earring. Isn't that cool? Those are going to really shine nicely. Now let me finish the other one. Now I'm doing the second earring, and I noticed this leaf, unlike the first one I did, has a little stem on it. So I'm just going to clip that because it's getting in the way of it being able to hang. So there we go. Now I can finish the earring. And there they are, all finished. And guess what? I noticed that they're two different leaves. Okay. I guess I need to get new glasses. Anyway, they're pretty close to the same. I guess what I'm going to have to do is make another pair of these. So we'll have a pair like that and a pair like that. But these are really easy to do, very inexpensive, a good way to recycle those fun little confetti things that we just all throw away. What do you think of this idea? Let me know down in the comment section below. And thanks for joining me. Get this guy all fixed up so you can see him better. There we go. Y'all have a great day. This is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo signing out for now. Bye-bye.